What up, guys? Will's up here, and this is the mitosis / meiosis rap. I guess is the thing now. Probably gonna put this on my album or something. I don't know. Also, the joke is that you can't really understand things, so I'll provide lyrics. Mitosis happens in 4 phases. It's used to maintain homeostasis. It's used for growth and repair. It's homogeneous. Notice for the regions. Start with 1 cell, end with 2. You got 46 chromosomes. It sounds like a few. Start with a diploid, which makes it mostly you. 1 division, then it's done, and it be doing like it do. To start mitosis, you gotta go through interphase. It happens all around your body every day. Cell growth, normal functions like cliches, but interphase is a job that doesn't get the praise. Then you go to prophase, and it's pretty lit. You get the condensation of all the chromatids attached at the centromere, so they won't be split. The telomeres are on the ends, they act as a lid. All together, they make a chromosome. DNA controls the cell. They work in like cornerstones. If you stain them, then they have colors. They look real chrome. They're nothing like trash bins. They are lysosomes. The nuclear membrane, it disappears just like an introvert in front of all of their peers. Spindle fibers form and they close in like spears. They really aren't straight, but they really aren't queer. The spindle fibers come out from the centrioles. They start out in the center and they move in towards the poles. They always be in pairs because they got control. They normally succeed, unlike all my goals. There's this metaphase. It happens sort of quick, but if it doesn't happen, then you'll be saying frick. They line up on the equator just like they depict chromatids attached to centromeres like mortar and brick. Anaphase with A. For a part they've been made to separate, always from the start. They move away, becoming 2 separate parts. The centromeres are broken like work crystals at Walmart. The sister chromatids move away. It happens rapidly, just like a Chevrolet. Move towards each of the 2 nodes to create 2 new cells with identical genetic code. But we're not done yet. Be sure to write this down before you forget. If you miss telophase, then you'll regret your lack of attention and mountains of student debt. The nuclear membrane starts to reform. The chromosomes uncoil to the NAS uniform. It's its own separate language, just like cuneiform. The spindle fibers dissolve well if it goes with the norm. Cytokinesis is the final part. After the cell cycle goes back to the start, you'll know there's a cell plate if the cell wall's hard, and then cleavage for if the organism's an animal. Yeah, I just sort of gave up on writing there. I'm really tired. I'm recording this at like 9:30 at night. Putting this off way too much. Mitosis has no genetic variation. It's too bad. If you want differentiation, you'll die in a natural disaster. Meanwhile, the song was sponsored by Casper, and if you want to get a good night's sleep and you don't want to weep about your impending doom because you're produced by mitosis, get a Casper bed so you don't ask why you exist. Meiosis happens in parts 1 and 2. It's used to create gametes which create me and you. It's used to create new individuals. If you use this information, then it's sound collegial. Start with 1 cell, end with 4. You used to make those gametes and then it makes some more. Taking all these diploids and making them some haps. 2 divisions and then it doesn't leave the scraps. Meiosis 2 is pretty much the first verse. Meiosis 1 is much more complex and worse. You start with 46 chromosomes in 23 pairs. Know this for your test or else you'll be in despair. You start with prophase, it's not really fun. After interphase, which is just like verse 1, chromosomes condense, synapsis happens, where chromosomes are close like people in Manhattan. These pairs of homologues are called tetrads. You get 1 from your mom and 1 from your dad. Then you get crossing over, or whatever, where homologues are comfortably close together. When they touch, some alleles switch places. Alleles are used for specifics like faces. This also means you have genetic variation. Now you can have natural selection. I don't know what I'm saying, I made that word up because I'm a rapper, yo, dog squad family set. Then chromosomes align on the metaphase plane. This part is somewhat interesting, like David Blaine, where variation happens through independent assortment. Speaking about Trump, we gotta stop this deformment. The orientation of pairs is random. They get new genes like the Emoji Movie fandom. Then you got anaphase and telophase where the cell splits and the chromosomes move to the sides because they're lit. The homologous chromosomes are now separated like sister chromatids, except they are less related. The same as mitosis. With cytokinesis, the cytoplasm splits itself into two pieces. We've got two haploid cells up to and now, then meiosis 2 takes place and you're asking how. So then it's pretty much mitosis. Cell functions put on hold, for example, osmosis. At the start of part 2, you got 23 chromosomes in each, making them haploids. Yeet! Once you're done, you got 4 cells, 4 gametes because they're same-sex cells. Each of them have 23 chromatids, enough genetic info to stay hip with the kids. But remember, this is only for making gametes, and it can't be done with the results. Mate and organism can't survive off of meiosis, instead it needs to use mitosis. But at least it has genetic variation, so your population can grow to the size of a nation, or will survive near extinction. Remember, mitosis and meiosis make that distinction. Well, look at that. I just made a 6-minute song. Look at that. That totally isn't too long. Look at that. I hope none of my info is wrong. Would you look at that? Another word that rhymes is gone. Okay, bye guys!